Well, hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Boy and Girl Thing. I'm Kit Smith, and I'm the author of the book, Let's Meet Our Match, Your Complete Guide to Success in the World of Internet Dating. And she is, as always...
I'm Cece Schatz.
And she is...
I am...
Doyenne.
The doyenne.
Doyenne.
He always says I mispronounce it. I am the doyenne of divorce dating. And basically, I'm a relationship coach. I try to help move you through some of the really difficult times in your life to living your best life. And that's what it's all about. So here we are. Let me just do a plug for our station. We're on WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, which is an internet, radio, and TV station for singles, just for you guys. So,
yep. And we're glad you tuned in. We have an interesting topic tonight.
We do.
And
see the flowers behind me? It's my birthday.
And what is 81 or 82?
Oh,
I forgot. You told me.
Well,
I forgot.
shouldn't lie about my age. But, you know, us women, it's just like how many pairs of high heels we own. We do not tell the truth about our age, and it's our prerogative. So.
Or the type of panties that you wear.
Oh, are we supposed to wear them? So anyhow, this is my birthday. I want to thank Christopher for the beautiful flowers that he got me. They were so gorgeous. But we do have a very exciting topic tonight.
And as usual, we're going to examine it carefully, but we're going to take a lighthearted approach to it.
Lighthearted, candid approach.
Yeah. And our topic tonight is how falling in love changes as we get older. And what a better topic for today, because Cece is aging right in front of my very eyes.
I know it. Oh gosh. But I am breathing, and that's what it all that counts. You know, sometimes people ask me, like, what kind of guy are you looking for? You know, and I said, one that's breathing.
and can stand up on his own 2 feet under his own power.
That's right. Yeah. I'm not into pushing yet. But anyhow, well, you know, I thought this was a very interesting subject. I know we've kind of touched on it a little bit here and there as we've talked throughout the boy and girl thing.
Well, it tends to be the age bracket that we're in.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
But I do think that, I mean, do you remember when you were little, you know, and you had your first crush?
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, you know, your first love and all that. It's got to be different as we progress in our lives, just purely because of experiences that we've had.
I was trying to think of a word that maybe a single word that could...
One word.
that could maybe describe in essence what we're talking about. And maybe the best word that I could come up with is intensity.
Oh.
That at some point as we age, we mellow, we calm down quite a bit. Our hormones...
Speak for yourself.
Again, I'm generalizing, okay? Our hormones don't rage like they once did, and I think what we look for is different than maybe what we did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And just like relationships that have lasted that long, they evolve. Well, we evolve as we age while we're single as well. Okay.
But you know, I think one thing I think that we can still obtain is passion, because I think that even though maybe relationships, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, if you are with someone that you've been in a relationship for a long time, it does kind of get mundane, you know.
Sure.
But I think as we are now in the single world, I think it has revived our passion because we have a bigger appreciation for life itself. You know, and because we've gone through, you know, loss, and we've gone through heartache and you know, all of that
and maybe there's some of the idea that can I get it right once? Can I get it right because I'm running out of time? Can I get it right once before it's all over and they start shoveling the dirt?
Well, I don't know about getting it right. I mean, because I think that we have had relationships when they first started out that were right.
Okay.
And then they've turned or whatever, we've moved away from it or whatever happened in that relationship. But now what I'm thinking is that it might be maybe the last hurrah,
Right.
so to speak.
Yeah.
And so we want
Yeah.
to we want to be able to move forward with such passion. I mean, I would love to find someone to just love, to shower my love, and also receive that back. And that's one of the problems that I think that we do encounter, is that when we're older, we're restricted on what we want to give because we're afraid of getting hurt again because of all that we've experienced.
Or just quite simply, maybe we just don't quite have the same energy for it that we once did.
Oh, I don't know. Even though I am older per se, I mean, the energy in which to love someone and to show passion.
What's hard about this topic.
Maybe the guy who I'm going to end up being with is going to be pretty damn lucky.
No doubt. No doubt from just what I know.
And exhausted.
On one hand, we're kind of lumping everyone together.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you almost have to take each person and their individual history and see how they've evolved out of that, and see what they are. Someone who has spent or had difficult relationships, sometimes they get to the point just throw in the towel. Okay, I've had enough, I'm done. Others, and we discussed this before the show started, they had the love of their life. Okay, and the person's gone. They've passed. And that the person that has survived, okay, feels such a sense of loss that they feel no one could ever come in and replace that person. No one could ever come in and regenerate
I totally
those
get
feelings.
that. But what I would like to share with the audience is that no one is going to be able to replace whoever you've loved in your life. No one is going to be able to do that. However, I think we have to begin with fresh eyes, and we have to be able to embrace people for who they are. I would not want to be compared to someone else's love.
It's not even a comparison.
Well, I'm just saying that I just think that if we stop for a minute and take a breath, we can realize that the person that we're meeting or maybe becoming, we're dating, we're becoming involved with, is new and different. And so because they're new and different, why can't we look at life or look at the relationship as we're beginning to embark on it as being something that's new, instead of bringing up things that are in the past, in which we are going to do that. And I understand that, and I can relate to that. But I think that we have to have fresh eyes. We have to have a fresh heart. We have to be able to be open-minded,
And I think that is something that the individual person, before there even is another person, that's something they have to do on their own. Take their own inventory. And
Did I say cheers? I don't think I did.
Well, for heaven's sakes, cheers.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday. And I'm not going to sing. Okay, not here anyway.
I agree with what you're saying. I totally do. Yeah.
And while we're here, we're making the assumption that everyone that is in our age.
Oh, someone made a comment. Now they have changed our screen here. Let's see. Oh, here, the comments are down here. I'm sorry, they changed our screen. Susan, hey. Fresh eyes. Okay. Thank you.
Well, you knew she was going to agree with you. She always does.
Love you, Susan. Yeah, you are awesome. Yeah, and I do agree with that, because I think, okay, let's say we've done our homework. Let's say we've healed the best we can heal, and we're moving forward, and we decide we want to start beginning our lives with someone else. And so, like Susan said, fresh eyes is so important. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I have to say, Billy, I love you, sweetheart. My son, my beautiful, wonderful son, he called me just like 10 minutes or a couple of seconds before we started, and I had to hang up the phone. But I want to say I love you for thinking of me. So thank you.
I love you too, Billy.
And all my kids have contacted me, and my daughter and my other sons and stuff, and my family have contacted me, and my friends, and I love you guys. So I've really been embraced. But okay, so let's get back on our subject. So the thing is I think, why not take some of this wisdom, that
no
we
question.
have,
Oh, absolutely,
and embrace that, and say to ourselves, you know what? Let's put some of the stuff behind, and let's look at everything with fresh eyes. Let's say to ourselves, what kind of relationship, what kind of partnership, what kind of life would we want for ourselves going forward as we're older? And why can't we embrace that? Why can't we have that? And I think being older, we feel we can sometimes. What do you think? Or do you think we can't? We think, okay, let's just bury it now.
No. And you know me.
Please.
You know me better than that. To say, I'm not the guy that's dumping the cold water, all the time. Okay?
No, you're not. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like, we don't want to give up, do we?
This is again, because I'll keep going back to this, because we're generalizing an age group of people, and we're making certain assumptions based on what we think we know, as opposed to if each individual person has their own story. They have their own, for lack of a better term, their own set of baggage that they're bringing along into the rest of their life. How much are they willing to leave behind? So much of this is on an individual basis. If someone were to come to me, and seek out my advice about, what the hell do I do? I'm 60-something years old now. I'm out of a couple of bad relationships, and I'm just not so sure I have the energy or the passion anymore to start over again. And my answer would be simply, like I said earlier, take some inventory. See where you're at. Calm down about the idea of having to have someone in your life. Do you want someone in your life?
Well, isn't it better to want someone in your life?
Yes, that's my point. That's my point.
And let's just look at relationships on a whole. If we were in, let's say, a long-term relationship, we've been married for a long time, we've been in this long-term relationship, there's a lot of work there. There's a lot of reviving that you have to do in a relationship. And so that's no different than starting out into a relationship. It's no different at all, being able to move forward into a relationship. So the thing is not to give up. And I was so touched tonight, because I had a friend, and you met my friend, and he came from South Carolina visiting his wife's grave, and which is a close, very dear friend of mine, and just a tremendous loss we all feel about losing her. And it's been about a year for him now, and still so fresh for him. But we were talking about it, and he said, I just don't think I'll ever find, someone like her. And you won't, you won't find someone like her ever again, because she was unique. We are all unique in our own being. But what you may find when you're ready is you may find someone and a relationship that's different. And I think that's what makes being older, being, more seasoned, is that our relationships that we have now are not like what they were when we were younger.
No.
And those that are listening to us that are younger than our seasoned age, you are going to find a relationship that's right for you in your time frame, in your time zone. And so I think we have zones within our lives. We have areas within our lives where we grow, and spaces in which we travel.
Evolve.
Yeah. Absolutely.
evolve.
So I feel that we are all, I want to say the word entitled, but I think we are all entitled to having someone wonderful in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think any of us at any age should ever stop, unless you're with a partner,
Or
look for someone that's really,
But
you're going to connect
again,
with.
to start with though,
Yeah.
square A,
Yeah.
okay, is assess
Mhm.
assess yourself. There's nothing, wouldn't be anything even less fair than you can almost say maybe even a little bit selfish.
Mhm.
Well, I have to have somebody in my life. So you woo and wine and dine someone and you bring them into your life, and then at some point, nah, this ain't working.
Yeah.
This isn't going to go. And again, you and I have.
Well, I agree with that, because I think there's stages in which we have to progress when we're moving forward in our lives.
Right.
And so I think number one is you have to be ready to start dating.
Yeah.
You have to be ready for a new person in your life. You have to be ready to make compromises and accept.
Mhm.
And you also have to know what it is that you're looking for. And we've covered some of these elements. I'm sorry, my nose itches all of a sudden. What does that mean?
Cut it out. You're making my nose itchy.
You gotta kiss a fool.
Is that contagious?
I don't know why all of a sudden, damn, my nose hurts. So I do apologize for that. But the thing is there's steps in which we must take in our healing process to be able to move forward. And so when we're ready, and we're talking about when we're ready to start looking for a possible partnership, a possible mate, the thing is that you have to know what it is that's important to you. We have to have, our non-negotiables, certain things that are in. And something, Kit, I have found, and I will share this with the audience, is that I have found wonderful people. Hey, Sally. Oh, heal yourself. Oh, I could put this up, actually. Let's put that up so everybody can see.
There we go.
But heal yourself
Thank
of
you,
the loss
Sally.
before you seek a new one. Then you will be ready to, oh, thank you. Happy birthday. Mwah. Thank you. So, okay, the thing is I think you have to have, there are non-negotiables that are important to you. But you can't make those non-negotiables so tight and so woven that you're not going to be able to move forward.
Here is the blessing of being a bit older.
Okay. Is it a blessing or a curse? Let's hear.
This is the blessing of being a bit older.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you smooth out the sharp.
I was going to say that I'm sexier. But.
Yeah. You smooth out the sharp edges.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is you've come to understand what's really important and what isn't. And again, I've made remarks to this effect on other shows that we've done.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I am not going to do battle with you over the color of the decor of my bathroom. All right? I don't care.
So it means I get to decorate your bathroom.
Exactly. And that's just a metaphor for how we've evolved as we've aged. We learn what's important.
But here's the thing.
And what's not important.
There are some people out there that have not learned that.
And maybe never will.
Right.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing is, and I was going to show you before my nose started itching, but the thing is that what I have realized that there are wonderful people that I want to have in my life. I have great male friends that I love to have in my life, but can I live with them?
Right.
And that's something that I think being older, I'm starting to understand, is that I may have you in my life and I may have almost a partnership with you, but I can't live with you. I can't live with them. And so the question is where is that taking me? Where is that? I mean, how am I going to move forward if that's the case? Yeah. So these elements have to come into play. And so I think that because it is our last hurrah and we want to get it
we're
right.
We're winding down.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we get it right.
Here's for me, again, I like to come up with maybe a single word to describe.
This is with a single word thing. How about a phrase? Walk on the wild side.
You don't stop it. I got a phrase for you, okay? And I was thinking about this on the way over here tonight, okay? What would describe, I guess it would be for me, the ideal relationship at this stage of my life going forward until who knows when they start shoveling the dirt? Comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay? I would love to find someone that I could flat out be comfortable with. All right? And the little things that I mentioned earlier that, people have knockdown, drag out fights over and don't speak to each other for 2 days. I don't have time for that childish nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's just be comfortable together. I love you. You love me. What do you want to do today, hon? You want to take a ride in the car?
I think that we have to be, as we're older,
we mellow out. We want to.
Something happened on the screen. I thought something happened.
It's that sister of yours again.
Oh, hey, Bob. How are you? It's nice to see you.
Go ahead.
No more drama. Sally says, no more drama. I agree with that. No more drama. The thing is we want to savor. I want to savor the person that I'm with. I want to savor the relationship that I'm in, and I don't want to be pulled down by the day-to-day nonsense. Well, and I want it to be joyful.
Yes.
And one gentleman that I was talking to, he said, "Oh my God, I have a lot of fun with him. I always have so much fun with you." But he doesn't see me as a potential partner. And that's what's so weird. I think that's very weird. So, but the thing is really understanding what you want in life and not settling. Because I think that we have to be okay with being single. I mean, I'm really happy with being single. I've got people in my life that I love.
And I'll say it again for the third time tonight.
Are we counting?
The third time, okay? It's take stock, take inventory of yourself. Where are you at in the idea of go or no go? Where do you fall in there? And and just out of sheer fairness, if you think you want someone in your life, be fair to them.
Yeah.
And don't just because you want to fill a void in your life. Well, they may be wanting to fill a void in theirs.
Okay, well, here's the thing relationships is about giving.
No question.
It's about giving to someone else. And so...
And the joy should be in giving.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And the thing is if that's lacking on one side, if one side is not giving to the other, then what happens is you have this void, as you were saying, you have this void there, and it's not going to work.
No.
And so I think as we're older, we start to understand that a little bit. We start to understand that, we can't, squeeze, a square peg in a round hole. It's just not going to work.
Relationships are not about what can I get out of it. Relationships are only about what can I contribute to make the relationship better. Okay? That's what the best relationships are. Each partner, what can I contribute? What can I do to make it better?
Yeah.
Okay? Not what can I get out of it. It's when you have that what can I get out of it attitude, you're going to get out of it. You're going to be put out of it at some point, And,
I know. So what other wisdom can we tell the audience about being older and being, just dating and...
Your instincts have changed since you were in your hormone raging 20s.
Now, are you speaking from a guy here?
Oh, okay. Girls' hormones don't rage in their 20s. Come on.
Are you speaking from a guy's perspective here? Because guys' hormones are almost dead when they're older. I mean, it's like, holy cow, let's shake you up, wake you up. Thank God for that blue pill.
We'll do a whole show on that blue pill thing.
Well, you know what? I am going to do a show next Tuesday. Let me share this with the audience. Next Tuesday, I am going to have Mr. Levin come back on the show. And we're going to talk about women having orgasms, why women should have more orgasms. So we're going to be talking about that. Paul Levin is coming on the show with me. It's going to be awesome. So next Tuesday night, 8:30, right here, same place, same time, 8:30. But we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. And I'm going to be embarrassed off the hoot for that show. It's going to be really...
You're already blushing thinking about it.
I mean, just like, okay, whatever. I don't disagree with him. So no argument on that topic. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. So, what's Susan say? I love being single. However, if the right person comes along, I would be willing to give it a try. I recently went to a dating site and it was overwhelming. So I asked them to delete my profile. Let's talk about that just a little bit, because I know our thing is about dating sites. Here's the thing about dating sites is that, to me, dating, it's all about the connection. And sometimes the dating sites mainly just are a vehicle in which for you to meet someone.
I've said it time and time again. I've written about it in my book.
Right.
Okay. Specifically, the dating sites are a vehicle, a means for introduction.
Right.
Period.
Okay, so here we are.
Period.
So here we are. We're on a dating site, and we're trying to figure out how to be able to progress further. And we're a little bit older, so we're a little seasoned, and so we have some knowledge and some hurt and pain behind us. And so how do we move forward with that? And I think the thing is that, Bobby says some sites are creepy. And they are. Some sites are very creepy. But here's the thing, is there is going to be a great site that's going to be coming out.
Think?
I think so. Because I get it. And I know you get it. Of what is missing and what needs to happen. And the thing is, it's all about the connection. It really is all about the connection that people have, not only with potential partners, but with friends, with families. So it's all about that connection. And so
a word's coming to mind.
I know.
A word's coming to mind. Chemistry. So chemistry. Okay.
No, that isn't the only thing. Okay, because the thing is, all right, let's talk about it. And we only got 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes. We got I'm going to give you 2 minutes on that.
Okay.
2 minutes, but 2 minutes with chemistry. Let's talk about chemistry when you're older. The thing is, we can still have it.
Oh, no question.
We can still have chemistry.
Absolutely.
There is people that I've met that I'm like, wow, and then other people is like, and the same with me. I mean, they're the same exact thing. It's like they don't really have it going on with me.
I learned a long time ago in this internet dating world, okay, never to take it as rejection. Yeah. Never, ever. Okay. It just, we all possess an innate attraction mechanism in our brain. Right. That somehow we have very little control over, as far as like that moment when we make eye contact with someone, pass fail. Okay,
but there's other things too. There's elements within.
I agree.
When you meet, there's elements within you. It's the movement of the person, the smell of the person.
What am I talking about? I'm talking about the same thing.
Communication. But there's all these elements that play in the fact of dating. I think as we're older, because we are seasoned, we can pick up on that pretty quickly. Right. We kind of get that. Right. And so, when I was in my 50s, I was going to say when I was in my 50s.
Well, about 30 years ago, right?
Yeah. So when I was in my 50s, when I would meet someone, immediately you have that connection. They would want to, what? Oh, you just want to bring that chemistry thing up. But they would immediately, still very sexual. Okay. Right. Now that I'm just a little bit older than 50, a little bit older, that's not a that's not as a big thing. No. So, I mean, I think our priorities start shifting. We start shifting in place. And a friend told me this one time. She goes, no man wants to die alone. And so what you'll see is all of a sudden these guys that were playboys and they were out and about and, you know, they were single and they never really would tie down with any one woman are all of a sudden now ready for this last woman in their life because they don't want to die alone. So what do you think about that?
Wow, that's heavy. That's something I haven't even really given a lot of thought to is, will I die alone? I'm going to die however I die.
You're not there yet.
I'd like to think I've got a long way to go, long way to go before I have to give consideration to that. But the most important thing, really, and we started getting on it when we got to the dating site aspect of this.
I'm sorry if I took us off.
No, you just have to remember, more than anything else, the dating sites are merely a means of introduction. The dating site does not create the relationship for you.
Right.
Okay? I don't care how much you read into someone's profile and it matches up perfectly with what you're looking for. Until you're in the presence of that other person and you make that initial eye contact, you have no idea what you have. You don't have any idea what you have. Now, for some, it's love at first sight. For others, it's, ooh, I'm interested. Let me hear what he has to say. And that's the communication that you talked about. For others, it will be, oh, I'm definitely interested. Let's see what he likes to do. Let's see how he likes to live. What is his lifestyle?
Okay, so with all that too being said, if we're talking about online stuff, the elements still play in fact.
Absolutely.
You know, that the man still has to continue to pursue. It doesn't mean that they have to stop. And so, like, for instance, if you meet a woman, let's say you talk online, you have a phone call, you decide to go ahead and meet, you still have to follow up and continue to woo and continue to do the things that men are supposed to do with regards to dating. But what I'm seeing more and more is that some of the men are thinking because they're older, they don't have to do that. Wrong. You still have to do that. You still have to do.
I personally would love
because it's fun. You want to do it.
I would love to find someone that could make me want to make the effort. Okay, I would be thrilled to death. Someone that come into my life, and then I would want to make the effort. I would love it, but I haven't been fortunate enough to have that happen. So,
and it will when you're ready. When the thing is, all elements have to come into play when you're dating. All elements have to come into play when you're ready to move forward in your life. And so dating is just one of those elements. And so there's so many factors that are involved. And so I think, personally, my own opinion, is that as we begin to move forward in our lives, we have to start taking baby steps. And so with each step we take, we may take one or two steps back. And that's because we're reevaluating ourselves, we're reevaluating our lives, we're reevaluating the path that we want to go on. And so it's not, our lives are not, one quick step and we move forward and we live happily ever after. We all know.
It's not an escalator.
Yeah, it's not. And so as we're moving forward, we're learning each and every day a little bit more about ourselves. And so we have to take stock in that. And sometimes we have to take a little time to take stock in that. So when you are ready to meet that person will be there for you.
Okay.
It will happen for you.
We'll see.
And hopefully all the busyness that I've got going on with you will be over with, because then we'll be really in trouble. So, but no, I just think life kind of knows, it kind of knows where we're supposed to be. And sometimes I think we have to have a little faith and know that it is going to work out for us. And so with saying that, I think that being older, we're wiser with that. We start to understand that even though, and I've often said that how many times has something happened to me, like a door has been open, but I say, oh no, I'm going to climb out the window. I'm not going to go through the door that's open for me. I'm going to make my life a little bit more difficult. I'm going to climb up through that window.
I just like to think that at this stage of my life, I've done all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Okay. My next relationship, if there is to be one, is going to be all about being comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's just so many things that I've seen be disruptive in a relationship that to me are so ridiculous, almost silly, where all I'm asking for would be someone to come into my life. Are you happy? Are you happy? That's all. That's all. That is do I make you, do I contribute, not make you, do I contribute to your happiness? Because you don't have happiness from here to start with. There's nothing I can do.
Absolutely.
Okay. There's not a damn thing I can do. But
absolutely. Well, I just want to recap what we've been talking about tonight because I think it's so important. I think some of the elements that we've talked about can definitely change lives or can embrace lives as we move forward. And so the key element that I am hearing over and over again is the fact that we have to really take stock of who we are.
Absolutely.
And understand who we are and accept who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we move forward,
self-analysis.
Absolutely. Be understanding as to what it is our expectations are within a new relationship. Take stock of what is important for us. What are our hot topics? What are our non-negotiables? And understand that the rest of it is a bit of compromise and really a sense of adventure, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a sense of adventure. And more importantly, is that do we want to embark on this new horizon of a new relationship? If we do, if we're comfortable being single, that's okay. It's okay if you don't, if you decide to yourself, you know what, I want to live out my life being single, enjoying my friends and my family, embracing who I am, embracing who I'm going to become, fine. But if you choose that you want to begin a partnership with someone, that you would love to have someone, embrace someone into your life.
When you get to that point,
right,
start over with completely fresh slate.
Absolutely. Fresh eyes.
Fresh eyes and flush the baggage.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you possibly can.
I like what Susan's saying here because she said the next person has to love themselves before they can love another. Mm-hmm. And I think that is so, you have hit it. You've hit it on because that's exactly what it is. But here's the thing is I think because we're older, we get it.
Yes.
And when we were younger, we were just trying to raise a family.
If you
we were very sexual. There were so many elements coming into play.
If you want to categorize it, when again you kind of said that in what you just said.
What did I say?
Physical. When we,
typical man. Out of all I said, you said the word physical. That's a word. That's the only word you got out of everything I said. You're like,
what was that other bullshit?
What was all that other stuff?
Other crap you were. No, when as we're evolving into maybe our 30s into our become 40, it's all physical.
Yeah,
it's all
very physical.
What physical? And if I love you physically enough, okay,
I'll make you happy.
Yeah, the rest of it'll be fine. And then what happens? Then you find out, well, wait a minute, there's more to this than I thought. There's a lot more to this than I thought. I don't like when she does this. I can't stand it when she does that. Okay? And there's a lot more to it. And like I said earlier, we get to where we are now at our age, and it's like we've done all that heavy lifting. We've done all that analysis.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, look. even Bobby said, even married folks can understand and relate to this. Absolutely. You know what? Relationship building is an ongoing thing, Bobby, and just want to share that with you because I know you are in a relationship, and those out there that are listening are in relationships. It's a beautiful thing.
If
and
I can
we want you to continue.
Again, I
with
said
that.
it earlier, if I can pass along one piece of advice that will, change your relationship for the better. Relationships are not about what you can get out of it. What's it doing for you? That's irrelevant. It's what you can contribute to make the relationship better. And if it's not reciprocated equally, then you don't have a relationship. Okay? What you have is one person taking care of the other and eventually getting tired of that. It's not what you can get out of it. It's what you can contribute to make it better.
Okay, so let me just say one thing with regards to that, is that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get out of the relationship. No. It means that what you have to do is take stock of what your relationship is.
Yes.
And start to embrace other ways in which to revive the relationship. And I think that can happen.
Yeah.
I really think with much awareness, cooperate with one another. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just think that we have to embrace our lives and really start to get to know who we are and what we want and what's important to us. And then hopefully, if we are in a relationship, to be able to share that with someone else, that they love us enough that they'll be able to start to get it. But so the question tonight was, is it different when we're older?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No question about it.
It's a lot different. And I think in a way it's better because I think that as we move forward getting older, we savor what we have. We savor the goodness in life. We savor the good friends we have. We savor, good relationships all around. I mean, working environments and friends and family and your pet and I mean, just your living environment. We begin to take stock and appreciation of what glorious, wonderful things we do have. And so is that a bad thing? I think not. I think it's a wonderful thing. And so, moving forward, I'm excited being a little bit older as I am tonight because it's my birthday, but I'm excited.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. But I'm excited of the future that we have and the future that we can embrace. And so, yeah, I say let's move forward with speed.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So true. Absolutely.
So with all that being said.
I know we talked a lot tonight.
Yes.
But it is a talk show. So I don't get in trouble for that.
No. And I believe we've passed along some great stuff, some great information.
And we've probably gone just a hair over our schedule.
Our allotted time, and that's
who cares? Fine. It's our show.
That's fine. Yeah.
We can do what we want. But we do want to thank WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. And those of you who don't know what the station is, we are a live streaming radio station, and we do have an element of TV, which is right here on Facebook. And we have our show, which is live every Thursday night at 8:00.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to it every week.
He does. He dresses up, takes a shower, combs his hair,
shave.
Gets all spiffy.
I shave and everything.
That's right. And then I have a show, Going Solo with Cece, and we do that and we do have the radios. We do the live broadcasting on TV here on Facebook on our WGSN-DB Going Solo network site. But that is on Tuesday nights at 8:00. And I have Paul Levin coming up. We're going to talk about women in their orgasms, how we should have so many more of them. And I just cannot wait for that show. I really can't. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know what kind of research I'm going to do on that show, but it'll be fun.
And as I say at the end of almost every show, stay tuned because we've got some great things coming up in the future. You know, we want you to hang in there with us because we've got some stuff coming that's just really going to be great. And we look forward to spending this time with you every week.
Absolutely. We certainly do.
We thank you very much.
We do.
For another week, and just hang in with us. We got some good stuff coming up.
Yeah. You know what? It's all kind of it just kind of evolves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Your life is, I just want to close out with saying this. I look at my life a few years ago. I've been divorced for almost 9 years now, and I thought it was the end of my life. Did I know then what I know now, that it was actually the beginning of a brand new life for me? Yeah. Some place I never thought that I would be, friends that I never thought I would make. I mean, it is just evolved. Everything that I have done, my work experience, my work life, my friendship, just my whole world, my dating, even my dating has been a little challenging, but it's been kind of fun. It's everything that has happened to me. It has been just absolutely marvelous. It's been wonderful. And, you know, now that I look back at 9 years later, although I didn't want my marriage to end, and I'm sad that it did end to a certain degree, but all of new awakenings that I've had, no, I would have never had them. And so I am very blessed and happy as to where I am, and I hope that you are going to feel the same way. And I hope that you will join us each and every week until you start feeling like that, if you don't feel it already, because we're going to take you to that place. So we love you, and we just absolutely embrace you. We want you to know that we are here for you, and we're going to help you through some of these challenges on dating and meeting and growing within yourself. And that's what it's all about. So anyhow,
hang in with us.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing my birthday with you. I want to thank you for coming along and making it just one of the coolest birthdays that I've had. So, and thanks for the flowers. I expect them every year from now on. All right, bye guys.
Typical woman.
We love you.
Good night.
Oh, we feel very blessed. Thank you very much. Bye for now.